I've had an incredible day here today in Diourbel. A few critical reflections from my perspective. Number one, it's very clear that this particular region in Senegal is quite complicated. You have areas of malaria control, you have areas of pre-elimination, then you have areas of elimination, all in the same region, right? Incredibly complicated dynamics. Secondly, this is an area where there's a pilgrimage that happens, and so you have a huge swelling of the population and then contraction of the population, all of which in the region affects your ability, one's ability, I should say, to actually think about malaria control in general and elimination efforts and all the efforts therein. And so one of the things that I think is impressive to me is not only the complexity and the region and the Ministry of Health and NMP's response to that complexity, but also the involvement of the local officials. We met with the governor today, who is very involved and much more knowledgeable than I would have imagined a non-malariologist or a non-clinician as it pertains to malaria. And it's clear that he's critically invested in the health of his people, the people of this region, as well in general, but also specifically about malaria. So it was really encouraging. I think the second thing for me is really understanding how innovative we are, PMI, as well, and USAID, and our partners OWAD, insofar as thinking about the unique environments in which people live and how do we meet their needs, where they are, in the situations that they live in. The primary example today that was really showcased was the Daras. And you have many, many children sleeping in a very small area, but the traditional bed net, whether it be circular or rectangular, does not work, right? It's not fit for purpose for their environment. And so the innovation really is to think about creating these mega nets, sewing these nets together to create large areas because the children are all sleeping on the floor together in one small area. So you have a situation where what we have, our traditional commodities, are not fit for purpose, and we've created the ability, the innovation to do that and to be able to protect these kids, understanding that there's upwards of 1,500 Daras in the region. You can imagine how many kids today that don't have access to these mega nets are unprotected and vulnerable to malaria. But given that this particular region has a moderate to high transmission in some areas, it's clear that we can do more and that we will do more. So when I come away from this visit, I realize how innovative we are, how innovative the team is here, and the work that we need to do, and also understanding the success that Senegal has had and the success that we PMI, have had over the years since 2007, since we've been working with the NMP and the people of Senegal to understand all the progress that we've made, and yet so many incredible opportunities that we have yet before us in order to continue our fight against malaria, working with these local officials, with the regional officials, with the PMI team, with the NMP, with the Ministry of Health, and most importantly, the people of Senegal.